Hey guys, I'm here to tell you a little bit about Usborne Books some more. I could fill your head with facts about the company and how we started and all of that, but I think the most important thing for you to know is how does Usborne Books some more affect kids? So let me tell you a story. My daughter Stella is 8 years old. When she was 5, we discovered Usborne Books some more. I attended a Facebook party of a friend's and I ordered a book. I ordered See Inside Your Body. Now this is a flap book and I thought my little curious 5-year-old daughter would love getting to look inside the different systems of the body. And she did. She loved it. In fact, this book is probably a little advanced for a 5-year-old, but it has this one page in particular where you get to see how food is digested and it comes out as poop. Yeah, she loved that. This was my first experience with Usborne Books. I can't remember if it was in that same order or if it was shortly after. I picked up the Usborne Book of Fairytales as well. Now I bought this because it's a dual reader, and what that means is that there's a top line of text that's a bit simpler to read, kind of tailored toward early reader children, and then the bottom line is a bit more advanced, which works well for the parent to read. So you could read this together as a partnership reading, or you could read just the top line and the story would still make sense. Now that really appealed to me. My daughter Stella, when she was 5, was struggling with learning to read, which was surprising to me because I've always read to my kids. Reading has been so important to me in my life, and I knew that I wanted it to be important to my kids too. So even when I was pregnant with them, I would read children's books to my tummy, and after they were born, reading aloud has always been very important to us. So when she began struggling with reading and coming home from kindergarten and telling me, "Mom, I hate reading," I was shocked and frustrated and confused, and it was just honestly one of those things that shook me. It was one of those unexpected challenges of parenting for me. I thought, she has to love reading. What am I gonna do? So these two books, the See Inside Your Body and the Fairytales, dual reader, really, those were pivotal books for us because they changed everything. All of a sudden, Stella wanted to sit down with me and read this Fairytales book where she could read the top line and I could read the bottom line, and it was like our special thing we were doing. Like I said, we'd always read together, but for some reason, that particular style of book made it so much more special for her. And then the See Inside book taught me a thing about my daughter that I really hadn't recognized, and that is that she loves science, anything science related. So we have Usborne Young Beginners. Now this is one about flowers, but you can see, I'm just opening to a random page, how simple the text is, but this is a non-fiction book, and aren't the illustrations gorgeous? And this is that first introduction to flowers, or whatever the topic is. We have tons of these books for early readers. And then we got the 50 science things to make and do. Now this is a fun spiral bound book full of easy to make and do science activities, science experiments. Most of the supplies you need are available in your home. They're things that you actually have on hand. This was huge because, like I said, I discovered that Stella was really into science when I got the See Inside Your Body book, but she really wanted to do experiments. So this was great because she started reading the directions to herself. She was so eager to do the experiments, she wanted to read them. Some of them were a little challenging to read, and so I was able to help her with them. In addition to the See Inside book, which was such a fun flat book, we picked up a book like this, Look Inside Our World. We have a ton of different Look Inside books. So this is a Look Inside book where the information's a little more appropriate for younger kids. We recommend them for ages 3 and up, although I think 5 years old is a perfect age for the Look Inside books. And they are just chock full of fun flaps that you get to pull up. I see there's one here that you get to pull up and see inside the habitat or whatever the topic is that you're reading. There's another one. And it has these cutouts too, where you can see through the tree. Anyway, so those were just huge. When Stella began spending more time where she was really hands-on enjoying it, I noticed a change in her where she started to recognize that reading was where the information was. Books contained information that was important and valuable and exciting. And it led us to Phonics Readers. We have these really fun ones with Osborne. As you've probably guessed, I of course became a consultant because I was spending a lot of money on these books and I wanted to have all of them. So we started working on Phonics Readers, but then we began on chapter books. So the Billy B. Brown series is awesome because it's perfect for the very first chapter book a child reads, and it builds such confidence to be able to read this chapter book from cover to cover. It's a book that I myself could probably read in about 15 or 20 minutes, but for her, it was such a confidence boost to sit down and read it aloud to me, and it maybe took a couple sittings in the beginning, and then she worked up to reading it very quickly. We have several series that build in difficulty. And as she grew in confidence, like I said, she's 8 now, and I caught her just the other day reading The Wizard of Oz. This is an unabridged copy. It's gorgeous. It has beautiful illustrations, which I think that she was really drawn to because she loves art as well. So here's one of the pictures. But this is, like I said, unabridged, the original novel. I truly believe that what helped Stella develop as a reader was having access to those science books that were interactive. And when she gained confidence through those, having access to books that increased in difficulty as she read them. So like the Phonics Readers, early reader chapter books, more challenging chapter books, and now the classics. In fact, we're reading Little Women together, and it is one of my favorite books. And it's just been so fun to have that copy from Usborne Books. It's just gorgeous. So that is my story, or I guess my daughter's story, of Usborne Books and More, and that I feel is a more important history than the facts and figures I could give you. That said, I did want to share with you one thing, and this is a quote from our founder, Peter Usborne, and he says this: "Children are clever. They are our equals. We shouldn't talk down to them, but look across at them. Books should be friendly and as much like magnets as possible. They should be reliable and accurate, stylish and artistic. They should be accessible and also surprising. They should promote wondering. They should be better than good." That is 100% my experience with these books. That's our intro for today, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.